substitution, maybe it took a little bit off. Just how do you keep getting those first 5 minutes to extend throughout the game on the defensive side?
Just keep working at it. Obviously when we sub, I thought we just tried to speed up a little bit. I thought the energy was good. The execution wasn't as good, and we'll work on the execution. But I saw, I know our players saw where they can make an impact, especially the ones that came off the bench today. I thought Kiki gave us some really good energy, got some deflections, and did her part. We just got to make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Dawn, did you see a lot of what you wanted to see after this week of practice and drilling them on what you wanted to emphasize since the Duke game?
Yeah. I saw us move in the right direction. I thought our effort was a lot better. I thought we had better stretches of being focused on, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and also just rebounding. I thought we made a concerted effort to get better in those two areas. It may not have shown up in maybe the numbers, but it showed up in our technique and our willingness to make ourselves aware of what's happening out there on the floor.
Dawn, obviously there wasn't a problem shooting three-pointers today. Do you maybe have a little concern moving forward, just because you do want the ball to go inside first, and maybe a game like this says, oh, well, we can be a great three-point shooting team?
Well, I mean, for us, I think when we're knocking them down at the rate that we were knocking them down, we're in a groove. So we're going to take them. I've never, put any handcuffs on any of our players, as far as shooting the basketball. I need them shooting shots in rhythm. I need them to knock down shots, and we need them to, have some balance in what we're doing. And tonight I thought we did get a little bit of balance. Sometimes it was forced a little bit to make sure we get the ball inside. But we got players who can hit those shots that haven't hit those shots, in prior games. I'm glad to see Alicia Gray get off a little bit, because she hasn't shot the ball extremely well as of late. So we all needed that kind of game to see the ball go in from deep. Early in the season. Mm-hmm.
Dawn, did you see did you think that Kayla and Bianca responded to coming off the bench today?
I thought they did their jobs, and I think sometimes when you're faced with something that's different than what your norm is, I think it could take a stab at your character. But those two came off and played inspired basketball, and that's what you want, because obviously those two players were replaced with people that are usually in their position. So maybe they got a little taste of what it feels like to come off the bench. It looked good. We need a little firepower coming off the bench, and I just felt like they gave us that today.
So your team had 29 assists, which is also a high under you. Did you like the way your team was passing the ball around and finding that open shot and knocking it down?
That's always a great feeling when when you have a selfless basketball team, especially at the rate that we were shooting the ball. You don't really see. You think a lot of people want to keep shooting and shooting and shooting, but it got to the point where it was contagious, where people were making the extra pass and taking shots in rhythm. 29 assists on 38 field goals is a mark of a good team that's moving in the right direction.
Dawn, strictly a defensive call to put Harris and Kleine out there at the start, and do you anticipate that continuing?
It was strictly a coach's call to do that.